Would you rather freeze to death or burn?
You're a...
Come on, answer the question.
Rangers repel Scar Collector assault.
Gone
Attackers
faster.
killed to the last man.
Get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use my help.
Oh, it's the heroes who captured...
Oh, that's my prized possession.
Let's.
Bet this is all Joe's fault. Wow, you netted yourself one heck of a catch there, Franz. Sardinely. I loved this job.
Bright lights, big city.
I
Men are
loved
from
this
Mars,
job.
women are from Venus. A personal favorite.
Welcome back, children. Had another rough night? Here you go, children. Salvation is at hand.
All I did was ask a few questions.
That you, Quan? This official?
Just a friendly chat, Frank. You know, like...
Ah, fuck. What do you want? How would I know anything about that? I just drove him out there and dropped him off. That's a state secret. Patriarch's orders. You got a problem with that. Take it up with the marshals. Forget the marshals? You're saying that with Quan standing right next to you. Go
Don't worry, Frank. I'm an ex-marshal. Just like you. I don't answer.
bullshit. I ain't talking. You'd hire a broken down old sack of shit like me. For real. Wow.
You sure about this, Rangers? Daisy's not gonna like it.
Great. I'll get my stuff together, but first, I was told to drive the prisoners to this cave northeast of the city and give them to some tattooed plains motherfucker. Didn't seem the type to be an overseer. And it didn't look like a... Here. I'll mark the spot on your map. I'll see you at your HQ, and thanks again.
range now.
I'm gonna vomit.
Save my ass. Rabbit's fun.
Hold my guns.
Size of a truck. Thanks, dude. Please, don't shoot.
Just who the hell are you?
Always knew this day would come. The skies finally opened to take me back.
By the bears? No. That wreck's been rotting there since I started coming here. No use as a shelter and nothing left to scavenge.
That man. Still saying it was a work camp. Never wanted to admit the truth, not even to himself.
You won't find any work camp here. Never was one. No convicts either. They're long gone, all of them.
They were...
Why are you talking to them? You don't owe them an
The dead can't tell their stories anymore, Nikki. I have to do it for them.
The Patriarch made a deal with my people, the Godfishers. They, believe the gods can be appeased with human offerings. So, in exchange for stopping our war on Colorado Springs, he sent them convicts and criminals. The Godfishers hack off the limbs of the sacrifices and tie their torsos to giant kites, then send them up to the sky as gifts for the gods.
I always thought the sacrifices were pointless. There were no gods, no way to call water from the skies. They were my...
I didn't do anything.
If I could, I'd change everything. Bring all those people back. All I can do now is try to be a better man than I was. I was better at dealing with the city people than the other Godfishers, so our leaders sent me here as a go-between. Pappas delivered the convicts here to me. I brought them to my people. I used to pass a farmstead on my way out here. Saw a pretty girl watching over her land. Took me months before I was brave enough to approach her. Crazy decision when I think about it now, but she didn't turn me in. She showed me the Godfisher ways wasn't the only way. Gave me the strength to turn my back on it.
Try it.
Nikki, don't. You may as well kill me now. I'll either be lynched by the city people or caged like a wild animal. And I'd rather die here, on my terms.
If anyone dies today, it won't be Wind.
Thank you. All the same, I think it's best if we leave this place. If you could find us here, others may do the same. I won't see Nikki harmed because of me. We don't even have a home. Please don't take what little we have left, Rangers. For your kindness.
Sounds like someone's approaching. We'd best prepare.
He dead?
Yeah. We wanted to see the son of a bitch who...
And make sure he never breaks anyone else's heart again. So, is he dead or not?
Talk. Ain't nothing to talk about. That Godfisher's a mass murderer. Move aside and let us do what needs to be done.
Margaret wanted to tell you. The rest of us, we didn't think you'd help if you knew.
The marshals ain't as tight-lipped as Sheriff Daisy thinks. A few bribes here.
Sounds like my fine, upstanding marshal comrades, all right.
Only part we didn't know was where to find the bastard who took our kinfolk to their deaths. Maybe we can't kill all the Godfishers, but we can make sure this one pays for what he did. He chose to be a coward. He chose his life over theirs. And now he's gotta pay. We don't want to fight you, but we will if you stand in our way. We'll have to kill her too, then. No other way. I'm sorry it came to this.
Shit's diarrhea.
blind. Colonel Death will be along just as soon as I make sure you're all here. And you haven't brought along any unexpected guests. Can't be too careful these days, right? Glad we have an understanding. Well, looks like everyone's here who's supposed to be here, so I'll give her a ring. 1 sec. All clear. Come ahead.
Hey now, cowboys. Face to face at last. And just as handsome as I thought. I know Woodson told you to do Buchanan's bidding, but to my mind, it ain't the Ranger way to help the powerful ahead of the helpless. 'Cause things like this happen. Just something to keep in mind as you hear me out. Good eye, Doc. It's definitely put a hitch in my talk box. This and my fake leg are souvenirs from when my chopper got shot out of the sky over Long Beach, California. Good times. Since you've obviously got the skills to use them, here, I got a few extra med kits on me. Try not to use them all at once. Well, ain't you polite? Hope that boat. Now, what with you not taking Saul's sons out like I asked, I'm guessing we've got different ideas about how things in Colorado should play out. But I'm still hoping you'll. As my friends and I see it, 2 things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered. And second, shit! Scar collectors. Well, well. Speak of the devil and her minions shall appear. Looks like Liberty overheard our rendezvous call. Guess we'll have to deal with this before we continue.
Eat shit, boy!
Protect me. Die, patriarch fucker! We're in it now!
Boo.
We can do it!
Need to die! Beam of destruction!
Down with the fascists! We are the Rangers!
As my friends and I see it, two things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. Second, and you're gonna love this, the Patriarch's gotta go too. Hard choices. You mean like choosing to let his marshals shake down folks in the street? Or choosing to let petty criminals freeze to death in his pill? You know he didn't win that war with the Plains gangs, right? No, he made deals with them. Sends them weapons and supplies as long as they raid Sorry, just riles me up. What we want is to get rid of the Buchanans altogether, with us helping to mitigate the chaos that comes after. And for that, we need your help. Thanks for hearing me out. Let's talk about Liberty. I've got to hand it to her. Daddy's little girl has done the impossible. She's united the boldest and baddest warlords of the Eastern Plains, and she's getting ready to lead them into Colorado. When she does, well, that'll be the end of this place. Every man, woman, and child from here to the Rockies will be killed, enslaved, or taken as a sacrifice. And their houses and towns burned to the ground. None of us want that, right? Glad to hear it. So part 1, help Ironclad Cordite take control of Liberty's gangs. Then, part 2, let him lead them all off to Kansas, where he can achieve his
Hold your horses, ma'am. Didn't you just accuse the Patriarch of doing the same thing? Paying the gangs to go east so somebody else—
Yeah, I guess I did. But it's not
No? Then you must explain it, for it seems—
Well, for one thing, we ain't paying the man. We ain't actively funding murder the way old Saul is. And second, despite Cordite's destiny, my guess is he goes back to Kansas and him and his rivals all wipe each other out, leaving the whole territory. I know you've got him on ice back at Ranger HQ. Well, it's time to dust him off and put him to good use. Now, I'm guessing y'all have some questions. Now that's gonna be a fight. Basically, while you're taking care of Liberty, my team will be in Colorado Springs, softening the ground. Once you finish up out there, you'll come back. Our primary concern, other than ending the bloody reign of the Buchanans, is minimizing civilian casualties. That means you've got to ride herd on your crew and watch who— For instance, we don't want the gangs coming to the party. If Cordite wants to come along and get his revenge on the Patriarch, fine. But he leaves his army at home. No matter how— We want to be the good guys here, so we've got to do this clean. Rape and pillage is a surefire way to turn people against their liberators. Pete and Brother Thomas came back with me from LA, and Tax from Arizona. These others are locals who have various gripes against the Patriarch. We trained them up as best we could. Nicer bunch of folks you'll never find. Pretty simple, really. The Patriarch has spies watching Liberty's compound. If you show up, those spies will— If we show up, our plan is revealed, yeah? And that would give the Marshals a chance to button up Colorado Springs before we make our attack. They'd be waiting for us. Keep the peace, keep things fair. I don't see the Rangers running things. I see our job as keeping the playing field even. There's always a lot of weasels that come out of the woodwork after a big man falls, trying to grab a piece of the pie. So we're just gonna hang around, and every time a weasel pops their head up, we'll whack them. At the same time, whenever somebody comes along who tries to take care of the people, all the people, we'll help them out. But we ain't gonna be anybody's muscle. We'll answer to the people, nobody else. I admit that'll be a temptation, but we're gonna try to fight against it. I don't know what a good leader is gonna look like, but weeding the garden. That's what we'll be doing. Just weeding the garden. All right then, what's it gonna be? Being hurt now? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna give you Liberty's location anyway. No matter what future we want, she's gotta be stopped, right? All I ask is, when you're finally standing face to face with her, please at least consider dealing with her our way and put a bullet between her eyes. Everything else we talked about, well, let your good luck, cowboys. We'll talk again when Liberty's taken care of.